the curtain rises on the stage of Hurlant Militia, a program dedicated to followers of the hard and heavy faith and other sonic contaminations. The Fourth Crusade, 1202–1204, was an armed expedition called by Pope Innocent III in the aftermath of his election to the papal throne in 1198 and involving Western Christendom. The stated intent of the crusade was to recapture the city of Jerusalem, at that time under Muslim control. However, a sequence of economic and political episodes led to the siege of Zara in 1202 and the sack of Constantinople in 1204 rather than the original objectives. Mortified by the lack of conscience, our sanctity bears no relevance. Try to close my mind from the screams I hear. Repentance is denied, the confirmation of my fear. Compared to the others, the Fourth Crusade is a case apart, because it was fought by Christians against Christians, because it was invoked by the Pope who later regretted having invoked it, because that same Pope proclaimed another one, this time directly against other Christians, the Cathars, and because during the clashes the richest city in the world at the time, Constantinople, fell. Bolt Thrower was an English death metal band formed in Coventry, UK, in 1986. They took their name from the Greek, Roman and later medieval siege machine ballista, which in English is called ballista or bolt thrower. Line-up: Carl Willits, vocals, Gavin Ward, guitar, Barry Thompson, guitar, Andrew Whale, drums, and Joe Bench, bass. The Fourth Crusade is the fourth studio album by death metallers Bolt Thrower, released on November 2, 1992 by Earache Records. The album title comes from the Fourth Crusade and the capturing of Constantinople. The cover artwork is a painting from Eugene Delacroix, showing the entry of the Crusaders in Constantinople. Let's listen to the opening title track, The Fourth Crusade. SIGH is a Japanese avant-garde metal, black metal band founded in 1990 in Tokyo by Mirai Kawashima. They are considered one of the most famous bands in the field of Japanese extreme metal. The current lineup features, in addition to the aforementioned Mirai Kawashima, bass, vocals, Dr. Mick Annable, vocals, saxophone, and Nozomu Wakai, guitars. On June 16, 2023 they released, for Peaceville Records, Audioglobe the Live, Eastern Forces of Evil 2022, consisting of 14 songs. From this release, A Victory of Dakini, which tells the story of the Japanese goddess, Dakini, who, according to Buddhist religions, rides a white fox. The literary path draws from a Japanese manga, whose author Kujaku O bases such events on Eastern occultism. In Indian tradition, the goddess Dakini fed on human flesh, while in the land of the rising sun she is considered the goddess of lust. SIGH, A Victory of Dakini, here on the stage of Hurlant, Militia.
SIGH from Japan.
The Returns of Fallen is a 12-inch EP released on September 7, 2020 by Matt Records. Mexico's Undertomb was started as a tribute to Miguel Angel, the deceased vocalist, guitarist for the old-school death metal band Remains, by members of said band. Their headquarters is Mexico City and currently the combo consists of Roel Slaughter, bass and vocals, Leonardo Valdez, guitars and vocals, and Cesar Sanchez, session drummer. From this 6-track we listen to the opening track, Rotten Flesh. Erzsébet Báthory, heiress of a prominent Hungarian family, the Transylvanian countess was arrested in 1610 on charges of torturing dozens of maidens in her service to death. Bathory was a Swedish black metal band formed in Vällingby, a Stockholm suburb, in 1983 by singer, guitarist and leader Korthon. At the same time we find Andreas Johansson on bass and Stefan Larsson on drums. Beginning in 1984, other musicians would take turns. On May 27, 1985, the second studio album, The Return of Darkness and Evil, and 11 songs, recorded for Black Mark Production and produced by Quotorn, was recorded and mixed at Elektra Studio, Stockholm, Sweden. Pseudonym of Ace Boria Thomas Forsberg, born February 17, 1966, Stockholm, multi-instrumentalist, with his BATHORY project, is named among the major innovators of extreme metal along with bands such as the Swiss Celtic Frost, the Teutonic Creator and the Danish Merciful Fate. He was found dead in his Stockholm apartment on the morning of June 3, 2004, stricken with an acute myocardial infarction at the age of 38, effectively decreed the end of the project. In 1985, the tape, The Return of Darkness and Evil, was released for the Black Mark label. We listen to the homily of the Swedish coven, named Total Destruction. Funeral Oration is an Italian black metal band founded in 1989, formed by Nick Curie, vocals, Malfighter Fabin, bass, also a member of Aborum and Void of Silence, Luca Lacara, guitar, and Rodolfo Russo, drums. The band released its debut album, Sursum Luna, in 1996 with Avantgarde music before disbanding the following year. 20 years later, in 2017, guitarist and keyboardist Luca Lacara and singer and lyricist The Old Nick brought Funeral Oration back to life to release their sophomore album, A Life Is Love, in 2019, again via Avantgarde music. Anthropomorte is the new sermon from the Toronto-based coven that features Lacara and The Old Nick reunited as a group with bassist Iblis, Handful of Hate, and drummer David Folchito, Stormlord and many others. The new work released on March 22, 2024 consists of 7 sound homilies. We see funeral oration in action in this live, Mia Morte Libera Domine. Like to mention that Hurlant Militia hosted funeral oration in Reggio Calabria, Italy, during a performance with other bands, including Synoth. Let's Go Funeral Oration.
Deus, mea gritudine leva, mea precazione mancipe, agnus Dei, animum meum, ex donore serva, tua manu, mi lacrimas deterge, mea morte libera, Domine, tua manu, mi lacrimas deterge.
Sinister presences lurk in the programming of Hurlant Militia, such as noises, restless souls, and other not insignificant details inserted in a real labyrinth of sensations and extreme sound. We have the pleasure of hosting in this programming as many as 3 bands that have been and are talking about their musical exploits. Long-standing acquaintances but also newcomers who are part of the extreme sound verbiage. Resurge is a Portuguese death metal band founded by former members of UNDERTOMB. Following the disbandment of UNDERTOMB in 2013, the members decided to embark on a new project. Their camaraderie and desire to pursue their shared passion for old-school death metal mixed with individual inspirations from each member gave rise to Resurge. On March 2, 2024, they released Resurge from Underneath for Miasma Records and Vomit Your Shirt. From this 9-track, Circle of Death. Vomit Your Shirt is an independent label dedicated to support extreme music as brutal death metal, grindcore. The headquarters of this indie is Covila, is a Portuguese municipality located in the district of Castelo Branco. We owe thanks to Vomit Your Shirt for their cooperation and availability, as well as to our welcome guests Resurge, a band from Tomar, a municipality located in the Santarém district. In this city, among the many architectural attractions is a Templar castle. After these necessary preliminaries, we give the word to Resurge.
Greetings Hurlant Militia listeners and Genia hello. I am David, vocalist of Resurge.
And I'm Luis, the guitar player.
And now we are going to tell you a little bit about the story of Resurge and our studio projects and future events. So, Luis.
So Resurge was founded in 2020 by me, Sérgio Garray and Ricardo Neto, and Miguel Esteves also was the vocalist. We released our first single called Ruthless Intent to Obliterate. In the same year, Miguel Esteves left the band due to personal reasons. A few months later, David took his place as the frontman of Resurge. In 2021, we released our first EP called Breathing in Vain with 4 tracks. And in 2024, in March, we released our first album called Resurge from Underneath. So Resurge from Underneath was recorded between October and December 2023. I produced, mastered and mixed the entire album here in my house. The album features 9 tracks.
The theme of the album is a continuation of the story of the EP, Breathing in Vain. The setting is in the same world, as you can see the incubators around, but where the EP was more focused about the birth of our character, here we give you a bigger view of the world and the life of this character in this world, where the world is filled of demons and corruption, and the slow corruption of the character inside this world. If you want to buy our album or our EP or any of our merch, you can head over to resurgedeathmetal.bigcartel.com to grab all of our merch. It's available there worldwide. And now talking a bit about future events of Resurge. We are currently promoting our new album worldwide. Currently we are touring the country, giving concerts from north to south. Some of them I can reveal already. In May we'll play in Libera in Texas Club. In June we'll play in Porto at Socorro. Also in July we will play at Audioglobe Music Fest alongside some amazing bands like Vader. In November we'll play at Patrimônio de Peso in Vila Nova de Foscoa, and there will be a lot more dates to be announced, but at the moment these are the ones I can reveal. Also, we are planning to play outside of the country, so event organizers, if you would like to have us in your festival, please contact us at resurgedeathmetal@gmail.com to book an event with us. Thank you a lot to Hurlant Militia and Genia Yellow once again. This is Resurge. See you guys again next time.
Resurge is a Portuguese death metal band founded by former members of Underneath. Following the disbandment of Underneath in 2013, the members decided to embark on a new project. Their camaraderie and desire to pursue their shared passion for old-school death metal mixed with individual inspirations from each member gave rise to Resurge. The recording process for Resurge from Underneath spanned 3 months, September to November 2023, involving guitarist co-founder Luis Neves, vocalist David Bento, bassist Sergio Garrio, and drummer Ricardo Neto. Drum recording took place at a Cardozo Music Studio by Arlindo Cardozo, while the album was recorded, mixed, and mastered by Luis Neves at Zarif Sound Studios in Vale de Lobos, Tomar, Portugal. The album graphics and design were crafted by Marco Martins. Resurgence from Underneath, as mentioned in the opening, is released on March 2, 2024 by Miasma Records and by Vomit Your Shirt. From this 9 songs, Blame It On You. On October 6, 1991, a 4-track demo entitled Environmental Execution was released by the US-based EXTERMINANCE. The death metallers hail from Cumberland, Maryland, where they formed in 1990. Gene folk bass, Paul folk guitars, Brian Muir drums, and Rodney Day vocals. This the lineup of the combo from the state capital of Maryland, one of the East Coast states. The artwork traces the characteristics of the Floridian school, the sound that of death metal, coming from those geo-musical lands. Let's listen to them in B.O.P.V. Nuclear Death was an American death metal band formed in 1986 in Phoenix, Arizona. They were a very early example of a band in the extreme metal genre with a female vocalist, Lori Bravo. Lori Bravo is generally considered to be among the earliest female members of an extreme metal band. Their style, which drummer Joel Whitfield described as death Ross hardcore extreme music, was compared to bands like Repulsion and Scum-era Napalm Death. Nuclear Death were formed on March 23, 1986, by Lori Bravo, vocals, bass guitar, Phil Hampson, guitar, and Joel Whitfield, drums, while they were in high school. From their first album, Bride of Insect, at 12 tracks, released in 1990 on Wild Rags Records, we hear Nuclear Death, on the opening track, Necrobestiality. In this regard, the mentioned drummer Joel Whitfield played in the demo tapes period and also on the album, Bride of Insect, from which we heard the opening track, Necrobestiality. Joel Whitfield is replaced by Steve Cowan, who will play on Carrion for Worm and all subsequent Nuclear Death albums. Mention was made of the release of Carrion for Worm, a 12-song, June 17, 1991, release on Wild Rags Records. From this sound draft we hear Nuclear Death in the frontal assault of Spawn Song. Nuclear Death here on the Hurlant Militia stage. Lori Bravo is a singer, songwriter, musician and visual artist. Hailing from the Arizona desert and now residing in New Orleans, she has been making music and art for over 30 years. Originally, in 1986, she found legendary status in the underground music scene with her band, Nuclear Death. She helped pioneer the genres that would become known as death metal, grindcore, and horrorcore, and is the first woman to ever create and front a band in those genres. After 13 years in Nuclear Death, Lori dissolved the band in the year 1999 and set out as a solo artist. She wrote, recorded and performed under different monikers until the last 3 months before the new year. During that time, Lori was sexually assaulted. By January 2000, she would work under the name Raped and Lori Bravo Raped for many years after. In 2017, Lori decided that she had carried the stigma of being a sexual assault survivor long enough, so she decided to drop the raped and simply go by her name alone. This change also marked a new arc in her music and visual art. Lori Bravo's songs are a constant crescendo of intense emotional declarations and raw energy. Her lyrics, always deeply personal and frank, allow the listener to feel that they are engaging in a personal conversation with her. Lori calls her live performances confessionals, and cites her own feelings of joy and trepidation, sorrow and woe, anger and hostility, and love and beauty, as ingredients in her musical sorcery. Thank you, Lori Bravo, for accepting the invitation and being featured in the Hurlant Militia program.
This is Lori fucking Bravo, and I'd like to say a big shout out and a big hello and greetings to Hurlant, Militia. I'd also like to thank Gianni Aiello for asking me to do this. I am, of course, Lori Bravo, the Queen Mother and First Lady of Death Metal. You will know me from my legendary band Nuclear Death. In that time frame, from 1983 until the year 2000, we produced 6 records. Those being Bride of Insect, Carry On for Worm, the For Our Dead EP, which my artwork finally got onto. All Creatures Great and Eaten, the masterful Planet Kashexiel, which is my personal favorite album, and of course, Harmony Drinks of Me. I wanted to let you know that Moribund Records, owned by Odin Thompson, the master of disaster himself, has been re-releasing the Nuclear Death albums out into the world on CD. And he decided to do it backwards. So he released Harmony Drinks with Me and the Planet Kashexiel first. And then he'll be releasing All Creatures Great and Eaten, For Our Dead, Carry On for Worm, Bride of Insect, and that's what he's been doing. I believe that the last 2 this year are going to be our first 2, which will be Bride of Insect and Carry On for Worm on Moribund Records. You can go look it up anywhere. So yes, that's worldwide CD. I also have my original CDs. I have original CDs from my last 2 albums of Nuclear Death, The Planet Kashexiel, my magnum opus, my favorite. That also has a storybook. It doesn't come with the storybook, but if you want the storybook, let me know, and you can read along to it, because that is the soundtrack to the storybook Slumber Blood, which I also wrote at the same time. And then there is the final Nuclear Death album that Steve and I created called Harmony Drinks of Me. I also have those original CDs, and if you get a CD from me personally, you will get it signed by me, which is always cool. And of course, they're the OG CDs. They're the original ones that were created by us back when they were made. So I think that's pretty damn cool. So those are available through me personally, which you have to contact me personally, and the way to do that is usually through Facebook Messenger or Facebook. You can do it my the Nuclear Death official Business Suite site. I think it's called Meta now. I don't know. Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly Twitter. What else? What else am I on? Tumblr. I mean, here, probably right here, and of course Bandcamp. Also, the Nuclear Death albums are all available digitally on my Bandcamp, which is, Bandcamp. Look up Nuclear Death, it's there. And again, that would have the whole Nuclear Death catalog, Bride of Insect, Carry On for Worm, For a Dead EP, All Creatures Great and Eaten, Planet Kashexiel, and of course, Harmony Drinks Me. Now, also, I have been a solo artist since the year 2000, and it is now 2024. And through trials and tribulations and many, many things that happened throughout those years, I managed to produce 4 albums. 5 albums. And but there are reasons for that, which I'm not going to get into because there are too many stories. But there's lots of PTSD, mental health issues, and drugs. But anyway, that's all behind me and has been for years. And so anyway, my Bandcamp also has all of these digitally available, and my Lori Bravo catalog has my first album, which is Lori Bravo, I'd Marry the Devil. The second one is an EP. It's called When the Sun Dies. The third one was done while I was recording my magnum opus of my solo work. It is a double album called Bare Bones, also available. I'll tell you more about that in just a second, how exciting this is. But anyway, I was making Bare Bones in 2020 before COVID happened. I already had it worked out before COVID happened, and I was making it. And then COVID happened, and I was like, well, that's okay. I'm home anyway. I lived in Arizona, and I hide from the sun, so that's fine, because it was in the summertime when I was making it. And it ended up being 90 minutes of music, being 2 records instead of 1 record. It was a double CD or double album, and during that time, I had an experience with choking, and I almost died. And then I found out had this condition called silent reflux, which I've had my whole life, and it's where people get acid reflux, but they don't know it, hence silent reflux. So I had to stop singing for almost a year. So I had to put my album on hold for like about 8 months while I let my vocal cords heal. I had to take medicine, and I also was on a liquid diet for over 8 months, which caused me to lose over 60 pounds, which that was okay because now I'm nice and skinny. But anyway, regardless of that, it is something I will live with for the rest of my life, and I have to be on a special diet for the rest of my life. But in the meantime, that's okay because I went back and I recorded my last song, Diamond Heart, on Bare Bones, my double album. And in the meantime, before I finished that, as I was getting my throat back in condition, the eighth month before the 12th month, because it was a year, right before 2021, I decided I need to kind of sing on something and maybe just get my vocals back in shape. And so I decided to just record some things and kind of use a softer, quieter voice. And that's where the Songs of Silent Reflux came in. I didn't know I was going to make a record out of it. I just wrote some songs, and I was being very quiet and singing differently because I was letting my throat heal, and I was, bringing my voice back, which, by the way, is better than ever. Thank you very much. I can growl and scream. I can cry. I can do whatever I want with my song, with my vocals now. I could do it before, but now I do it even much more. It actually improved my voice to wait for a year to finish. But anyway, Songs of Silent Reflux, that's what that is. It's just me getting back to getting ready to do the last song on Bare Bones. And then we moved to New Orleans from Arizona. And now we live here in New Orleans, y'all. And I put out my album, Bare Bones, on my birthday, May 16th, 2021. And only on digital, on Bandcamp. And then while I was doing that, I decided, we do a lot of sitting out on the porch here, you see, here in New Orleans. And so I started playing. I live in a really small house now with my mom, where before we lived in a 2-story, and now we live in a really tiny house. It's not even 1,000 square feet. So practicing, I live at night, and she lives during the day, so I'm up at night, and if I'm going to practice or sing or something, I went outside to do it so she didn't hear me and wake her up. And I started recording those sessions, and that became Lori Bravo Live for the Back Porch, New Orleans. So that's a live album that I made on my back porch, right through that window. That's the kitchen window, and it looks out our back porch. And I was just doing it. Thought it was kind of fun. And that's with it's not professionally, it's just done with my phone. I don't have like a mic or anything. It's just, anyway, it's cool. I like it. But anyway, in the meantime, here's the big exciting news about Lori Bravo, about my solo work and the work that I'll be doing, is that I have two things to tell you. Number one, I am making not one this year, but 2 new records in tandem. So the first album is going to be called The Glorious Exorcism of Laura Beth Bravo. And it's basically what's been going on, lots of turmoil that's been coming up since I made my last record, and things that I've experienced while I've been here. We've been through a lot of things here, and I will have lived here on March 1st, it'll be 3 years. And I can tell you right now, we went through a lot of things. I survived Hurricane Ida. My mom fell and broke her femur, and now she's disabled. There were a lot of things that happened when we first moved here that we didn't expect. I also lost the record label that I was supposed to be on. They folded, and they didn't end up putting out my CD, my Bare Bones CD. But, see, that's the second thing. After a year of contemplation and a lot of darkness and trying to figure out what the fuck to do, I decided to create my own record label called Cat Bull Records. That's right, cat, meow, because I love cats, bull, because I'm a Taurus. Cat Bull Records. And that is now my record label, and I will be putting out all of my work now on Cat Bull Records, and my my earlier solo work, I Married the Devil, When the Sun Dies, Bare Bones, Songs of Silent Reflux, and Live from the Back Porch will all be coming out, but Bare Bones, that's what I'm putting out first, because that is my magnum opus. It took me 8 years to make, and I almost died making it. Literally, I almost starved to death. So I'd have to say it's definitely a very cathartic and very insane, and it's a beautiful album. I absolutely love it. I made it for my mother. My mom, when I was young, I taught myself guitar when I was 10. I've been singing since I was old enough to have come out of the womb and singing. I was probably singing when I came out of my mom's womb, but I can tell you right now that, she asked me, she's like, sometime you should make an acoustic album, kind of go back to what you were like when you just used to play in your bedroom when you were a kid. Well, there you go. Bare bones. There it is. So anyway, that's all I need to say to you guys. I just wanted to let you know that that's all going on. So new record label, new album, and I forgot to tell you about the other album. So the first new album the first album I'm making is the more heavy, more rock oriented, very loud. It's gonna be a loud album called The Glorious Exorcism of Laura Beth Bravo. But the second album I'm working on, and if you go on my social media, you will find a snippet of it, Santa Morte. You will find that I'm making an album, and I'm going to reach deep down into all my ancestral roots, of which I have many, called, you guessed it, Ancestors. And that will be much more percussive. It's going to be very visceral. And if you want a taste of that, you can go to my Facebook, my Instagram, my TikTok, my Twitter, X, my Tumblr. What else is it on? I think those are everything. I think those are the main ones. Oh, and YouTube, of course. And check out the snippet of Santa Morte. That is where Ancestors is going. So anyway, again, Gianni Aiello, I love you. Thank you so much for waiting for me to do this. Here I am doing it. And again, Militia, Hurlant, Militia, Ave, and stay fucking evil. Always.
In November 1992, All Creatures Great and Eaten, an 8-song album, was released on Cat's Meow Records. This work, according to music critics, marks the band's turning point, infusing its style of abstract, chaotic death grind with more deliberate experimentation and influences from areas far removed from extreme metal. A sinister and visionary stage setting that harkens back to the dark literary pages of the Masters of the Dark Verb is present in the lyrics of this sonic product. For 5 days the corpse remained smelling of death except for the swollen abdomen that pulsed with life, and on the 6th day the baby arrived. My dear friend, I can still hear that thing scream and howl and sucking the blood from my 3 companions. And as I quickly hid and lost consciousness, I saw it combing their flesh with its claws and making spider webs with their intestines. After a brief reading of the text, from this album we listen to the opening track, Bones of the Lip. For Our Dead is a 4-song EP, released on vinyl and cassette, in 1992 by Nuclear Death. It was the band's last release with Wild Rags Records. For Our Dead is located chronologically between the productions of Carrion for Worm and All Creatures Great and Eaten, and represents another chapter in the literature of extreme sound. I am particularly attached to the release of For Our Dead, as the same represented my magazine debut. In this regard, I bring to your attention the contents of that article. A new chapter is written on the cursed pages of sonic extremism, from whose facades contemplate a series of names of the caliber of nausea, sexorcist, fear of God, gore beyond necropsy. Impetigo. These are some of the epithets that will be a warning to the tenants of the uptown of a certain conception of metal now stereotyped and gentrified. Of what has been expressed is testimony to this 4-track, a true dissolution of musical fabrics. The Corpse Tree, where fetid horror images and perverse sounds lurk. The unhealthy atmospheres of Days of the Week. The Third Antichrist, a kind of damned canvas reflecting sounds and images, or the concluding homily of The Church of Evil Minds of Splatter-Day Saints, a kind of delirious crackling made to splinter by the rhythms of the 3 preachers of the nuclear death verb. As far as recalled, let us give a brief reading to the lyrics of The Corpse Tree, and listen to the quoted song below. We are sitting in a circle where the corpse tree once stood. Some of us are sitting because we have no feet, and some of us are dead. And as I look to the southern sky, I scrape a knife against the cartilage of my nose, wondering who else the darkness has consumed, and wishing for the return of the corpse tree. The sound marathon on the Hurlant Militia stage continues with Teutonic black metallers Nargaroth. Nargaroth was formed from the ashes of a band called EXTERMINANCE in 1996 by Canwolf, Charun, and Darkin, and the first recordings were completed in 1998. The name Nargaroth comes from the word Narg, which means nature, and Gorgoroth, the famous Norwegian black metal band of which Wagner is a big fan. Wagner has adopted the pseudonym Ash since circa 2007. His previous alias, Canwolf, came from a French book with old Scandinavian names, such as the more famous Beowulf, and less famous names like Arkwolf. In 2007, René totally abandoned the identity of Canwolf to adopt a nickname he now feels is more his own, that of Ash. In 2012, for No Colors Records, a 10 tracks is released, titled Black Metal Manda Hijos de Puta. From that release, we see the video clip, Black Blasphemic Death Metal. This first official video of Nargaroth is made by a Serbian fan that spent hours and hours to work on the footage and graphics. A silence that has lasted more than a quarter of a century, that of melodic black metalers Latherba, is shattered with the official video for The Wait, which anticipates the release of Angel's Twilight Odes, a remastered reissue of the Salerno-based band's They Are Headquartered in Nocera Superiore debut demo, released in 1997. The 5-song release, printed by My Kingdom Music in collaboration with Silphorium Records for the U.S. mainland, is released on March 10, 2023. Lineup: G. Principe C, voice and chant, Francesco Galano, guitars, Bruno Villani, guitars, Rosario Memoli, drums, Francesco Palumbo, bass. Between numbers and Kabbalah, let's move on to the 17th sound performance concerning Bulldozer. Bulldozer is a musical band, formed in Milan in 1980 and is considered as one among the relevant Italian bands of the Italian peninsula scene. In 1984 they released the single, Fallen Angel.
The song is called Fallen Angel.
Angel.
The programming of Hurlant Militia holds high significance today, both in terms of the sound aspect but also for the welcome present. After the Portuguese band of Resurge, Lori Bravo, we have the pleasure of hosting another welcome guest, whom we thank, like the others, for the willingness and/or sensitivity shown in having accepted our invitation. He is A.C. Wild, frontman of the historic Italian band Bulldozer. Singer, bassist, keyboardist and also writer, author of Hereticus, a literary work, which tells the story of both Bulldozer and his life and working career. After these brief introductions, let's give the floor to A.C. Wild. Thank you, Alberto.
Hi, this is A.C. Wild from Bulldozer. I'm recording a video for a channel called Hurlant Militia by Johnny Yellow, and I will introduce you shortly what Bulldozer did since the early 80s when we started our career. We are a band from Italy, from Milano, and we released in '84 this single with 2 songs called For an Angel and Another Beer Is What I Need, and the single was released the same week when Hellhammer released their first EP, and Kerrang considered the 2 releases the worst record ever, just to give you an idea. We have been signed to Roadrunner in November '84, and we recorded and released this album, The Day of Wrath. This is the Japanese print, and it was printed also in North America by Combat Road Racer, and of course in Europe by Roadrunner. It was produced by Edgeworth from Tank, who died, passed away recently, and yeah, it was an interesting album, and it's really appreciated recently after 38 years. The magazine Decibel introduced the album in their Hall of Fame, I think this year, the beginning of this year, and they made a very interesting article. The magazine is called Decibel from USA. It's quite famous. Anyway, in '85, Music for the Nation released a compilation called The Very Best in Speed Metal, and it includes Metallica, Slayer, Venom, Destruction, Exciter, Celtic Frost, and of course Bulldozer. It was a good period, but I refused to join the army, so my government took, didn't give me the passport, and I could not promote Bulldozer outside Italy, so we could not tour. And moreover, the press in north of Europe was not very nice with us. And this album was recorded in I think '85, '86, I don't remember. It was released in '86, and it was badly criticized by Kerrang. And the following year we produced this album, The Ninth Circle of Hell, and with another record company, and it received a 0K in Kerrang and 0 in Metal Hammer, German Metal Hammer. They invited the fans to boycott Bulldozers. That was the treatment we received in the '80s, but who cares? We are still alive and we are respected after many years, so I don't give a fuck. Anyway, this album was released the following year. It's dedicated to our founding member Dario Carria, who committed suicide in '88. and this album is dedicated to him and to the band that he formed when he was forced by his parents to leave Bulldozer, to quit Bulldozer. So that's a kind of interesting album because it introduced some new elements which had been used by many black metal bands in Scandinavia, like symphonic samples and some other concept. The last two albums were very well accepted by the Polish fans, and we could record this album in Poland in '89, and it was one of my greatest experience in my life. We still have many friends, many followers in Poland, and we thank Poland because it was the only country who really appreciated what we did in these years. So we split in 1990. We made this crazy project, which is a parody of dance and metal. It was everything artificial, everything made with computer, and we called that project Dance Got Sick, but actually it was to be called Music Got Sick, and it's still sick, I think. Anyway, we didn't release album until 2009, when we recorded this album, Unexpected Fate. We had some guests here like Kiko Loureiro, like Billy Sheehan, Jennifer Batten, and the two guitarists from Labyrinth. It's interesting album, even if it was not very successful, but I think it was and this is the Japanese release. In the meantime, and you can see this drum was used by Dave Lombardo when we produced a very special project called Vivaldi with a classical musician, and we made improvisation of Vivaldi's composition with Dave Lombardo, and that's the album which was produced in I think in 1998, 99, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a very great experience. We recorded also one live album, but I don't like it much because it's it's not what the real image of Bulldozer, but anyway, it's interesting, but it's not really what I like. I personally like our first albums, and we are not planning to do anything. Maybe we will do something in the future, for sure we will play live, but I don't know if we will record anything, because I don't like how music is produced, is recorded nowadays. It sounds me fake. It's all controlled by computers. I have not any passion for the most of the new releases. I'm totally disappointed, so we might not record anything in the future. Let's see. Anyway, have a good time. All the best.
The Day of Wrath is a 9-song, released on March 13, 1985, by Roadrunner Records. The title of the vinyl takes the literary work of Hungarian writer and dramatist Moritz Jokai. The narration of The Exorcism is by one of the historical figures of music journalism on the Italian peninsula, Adriano So Dark Bassoni. All songs written by Andy Panagata and AC Wild lineup. AC Wild, bass, vocals Andy Panagata, rhythm and lead guitars Don Andres, Drums, percussion. Additional musicians Dario Caria, bass on Fallen Angel, from the album The Day of Wrath, the live act of The Exorcism, Cutthroat, recorded at the Rock Hard Festival, Milan, Italy, the 15th of September 2012.
Nomine Patri, et Filii, et Spiritus Sancti, Clementissime Deus, cuius potentiam est finis, qui nomnes creaturas tuas, et res eam, supremum aves semper peregrinis dominium, ita ut nihil sit, quod duo etiam per apostasiam, eximi possit imperium. Ecce crux Domini, fugi demonium, laveretro Satana, multa suade nivana, sunt mala creditas, ipse venenum vivas, ibi impero ut cruce spiritus immundus, potentia diabolica, et ibi impero in nomine Patris, et Filis, et Spiritus Sancti.
One love here, one soul there, for we're living, I don't even care. Set on the brink, rip out the hunt, spin them the rye, I know from the start. We're just Scotland, worship and sing, we're just Scotland, yeah. With my head, I'm gonna be dead in the shadow I hide, absorbing the black. I think you're on the mother with a knife in the back. Move your ass, get down the lead. We're just Scotland, worship and saint. We're just Scotland, yeah.
The Final Separation is the second album, released in February 1986, by Roadrunner Records. The release consists of 8 songs by A.C. Wild and Andy Panagata. Lineup: A.C. Wild, bass, vocals Andy Panagata, rhythm and lead guitars Don Andres, drums, percussion. From the album The Final Separation, the live act of Ride Hard Die Fast, recorded at the Rock Hard Festival, Milan, Italy, the 15th of September 2012.
Hard, die fast! Singing on speed, because in my health, that's all that we're done today. Nothing to be on my pain, there's no another way. Feeling so free until my breath is stopped to be my lust. I don't wanna hide, I know I would be a shadow just in the past. the beam that beckons the dead in hell. Confusing the beast and the Lord the priest, and someone would cast me a spell. Weapons were brain has been turned to dust, church will toll the bell. Nobody knows me, nobody touched me, find out they're running so well.
Grazie! Ora faremo un paio di pezzi del nostro ultimo album. Quindi il prossimo pezzo sarà
The ninth canticle of Inferno of Dante Alighieri's three-part work, The Divine Comedy, takes place in the sixth circle. The ninth and final circle of hell punishes the fraudulent against the trustworthy, that is, the traitors. It consists of the lake of Casito, one of the four rivers of hell in whose ice the traitors are imprisoned, divided into four concentric zones. Ninth is the third album, which was released in December 1987. 9 songs and all lyrics are written by A.C. Wild. Lineup: Andy Panagata, guitars, A.C. Wild, vocals, bass, keyboards and Rob Klister Cabrini, drums. From the album, Ninth, the live act of Misogynists, recorded at the Rock Hard Festival, Milan, Italy, September 15, 2012.
the blackness and the priest. Godless and all the mistake. Because there was money that you can't fuck. Masturbation, you want your name, just move your head, save your money. Running for videos and we must agree. Don't trust the fucking bitches. They're gonna destroy your life. Because you want to destroy them. They are the soul they try to rot your brain. Bastards, the will of God. Devils love you, then you feel no pain. Masturbation, you want grenades, just move your hand, save your money. Only for videos that you miss the brain. Don't trust them. They're gonna make you suffer and feel the pain.
Ora faremo un pezzo che generalmente dedichiamo al calcio, ma visto che abbiamo parlato di donne, faremo una dedica speciale. Il pezzo si chiama...
In October 1988, Metal Master Records released Neurodeliri, an 8-track dedicated to the tragic end of Dario Caria, founder of Bulldozer, who committed suicide before the album was released. The title of this album, Neurodeliri, is named after the band he created after his involvement in Bulldozer. Neurodeliri is considered one of the most representative of the band, and which was judged favorably by Italian critics. Lineup: Andy Panagata, guitars, AC Wild, vocals, bass, keyboards and Rob Klister Cabrini, drums. Three mental insanes, not screaming for fear, created a new band, Neurodeliri, totally ignored, played for themselves. The fate will deny them fame, filled by desperation, another fallen angel's suicide. Aura project began in 1996. Promises is the second single taken from Aura's fourth album, Underwater, out on 30th September 2022 by My Kingdom Music. The Italian prog metal rock band wraps you in their incredible universe made of intense melodies and dreamy atmospheres. Underwater is the fourth studio album by Italian progsters Aura. They play a combination of styles and colors well into the canvas in the progressive metal genre. Lineup: Giovanni Trotta, vocals, drums Francesco Di Vernier, keyboards Diego Carini, guitars Angelo Cerquaglia, bass. Ile-de-France originated as a royal domain formed by the Capetian kings, and this name, according to some studies, derived from an alteration of Little Frank, meaning Little France, in the lingua franca. A multifaceted artist works in the departments of that geographical area. Maxime Taccardi, writer, painter, designer, videomaker, illustrator, author of album covers of musical bands, and, in no particular order of importance, multi-instrumentalist. After art studies, he discussed an art thesis on aspects of the monstrous that are normally rejected by society. He decided to pursue his love for artistic expression, which he extended to music as well. With his creations, Taccardi aims for the realization of what Wagner called Gesamtkunstwerk, a total work of art, in which all forms of expression come together to create something more personal and complex, allowing the artist to truly pour himself into his production. He is the author of several essays, including The Book of Demons and The Book of Shadows. Not to be outdone in musical circles. Author of several projects, such as KFR Jin, Graiam, Saturnian Temple, Necros and Lamentum. In no particular order of importance, there is also Osculum Serpentis, another musical coven, active since 2023, revolving around High Priest Maxime Taccardi. On January 24, 2024, the 9-track Misery, Osculum Serpentis' third album, is released, following Maleficia, released in August 2023, and The Curse of the Vampire, released in October of the same year. The lyrics, written entirely in French, Maxime Taccardi's native language, give a lot of pathos to this sound drafting. From the 9-track Misery, the third homily of the Osculum Serpentis coven, we hear the sermon that gives the third album its title. Curtain falls on today's Hurlant Militia programming. We hope you enjoyed it and see you next time.